Hello students, this video is all about interconversion of states of matter. Dear students, welcome to chemistry class. In previous class, we studied about states of matter. So, what are the three states of matter? They are solid, liquid and gases. Next question obviously comes is these states of matter interchangeable? Yes, the states of matter are interconvertible. This conversion is possible either by changing the temperature or pressure or both. Some common terms to be described the change from one state to another are fusion. Fusion is the change of state from solid to liquid. For example, ice to water, candle wax melts to molten when heated. Solidification, the change of liquid state to solid state. Example, water to ice by cooling. Vaporization, the change of liquid to gaseous state by heating. Examples, perspiration, drying of clothes, formation of clouds. Condensation, change of gaseous state to liquid state. Example, water vapor to water. The morning dew on the grass. Clouds in the sky. Rain falling down. Fog in the air. Sublimation. Sublimation is a change of solid state direct to the gaseous state without undergoing in liquid state. Example, camphor, anthracene, etc. Let us now study the effect of temperature and pressure changes. Take 150 gram of ice cubes in a beaker and hang the thermometer in such a way that the bulb of the thermometer is touching the ice. Start heating the beaker to a low heat flame and note down the temperature. When the ice starts melting, when the entire ice turns into water, note down the temperature again. Note down the observation in the change from solid to liquid. Now put the glass rod in the beaker, heat it by stirring till the water starts boiling. Keep an eye on the measurement of the thermometer until most of the water vapor is formed. Note down the observation in the change from the liquid state to the gaseous state of water. Let us first discuss observation in conversion of ice to water. First of all, we will see when and why ice changes to water. When we start heating ice, the kinetic energy of the particles present in ice or solid increases as the temperature increases. As the kinetic energy, the particles vibrate more quickly, the energy supplied by heat overcomes the force of attraction between the particles. The particles leave their fixed position and start moving more freely. A situation comes when ice solid melts and becomes water liquid. And do you know another interesting thing? The temperature at which a solid melts and becomes liquid is called its melting point. The melting point of a solid indicates the strength of the attraction force between its particles. The higher the melting point of the solid, the higher will be the attraction force between its particle. In this activity, you must have observed that the melting point of ice is 273.16 Kelvin. The force of conversion from solid to liquid state is also called fusion. In the melting process, you must have noticed that after reaching the melting point, there is no change in the temperature until all the ice has melted. The same happens despite providing heat to the beaker. So where does the heat energy go in such situation? Actually, this heat gets used up in changing the state by overcoming the force of attraction between the particles. As this heat energy is absorbed by ice without showing any rise in temperature, it is considered that it gets hidden in the content of the beaker and is known as the latent heat. The word latent means hidden. The amount of heat energy that is required to change 1 kg of a solid into liquid at atmospheric pressure at its melting point is known as the latent heat of fusion. So, particles in water at 0 degrees Celsius or 273 Kelvin have more energy as compared to particles in ice at the same temperature. Now let us see what happens during the change from water to water vapor. When we supply heat energy to water, particles start moving even faster at a certain temperature. A point is reached when the particles have enough energy to break free from the force of attraction of each other. At this temperature, the liquid starts turning into gas. The temperature at which the liquid starts boiling at atmospheric pressure is called its boiling point. The boiling point is a bulk phenomena. Particles from the bulk of the liquid gain enough energy to change into the vapor state. For water, this temperature is 100 degrees Celsius or 373 Kelvin. And students, do you know the amount of heat energy required to convert 1 kg of liquid into a gas at its boiling point at atmospheric pressure is called latent heat of vaporization. At 100 degrees Celsius, vapor particles have more energy than water particles at the same temperature. Can you explain why this happens? This is because vapor particles have absorbed excess heat in the form of latent heat of vaporization. By this activity, we can conclude that by changing the temperature, we can change matter from one state to another. Through this activity, we learnt that when it is heated, it becomes solid to liquid and liquid to gas. But do all matter follow this rule? No. There are some substances such as camphor, ammonium chloride, naphthalene, anthracene that convert directly from solid state to gas and back to solid without being converted into a liquid state. Sublimation is the process of changing from solid state to gas, and direct change from gas to solid without changing into liquid is called deposition. Let us now see the effect of pressure change on the state of matter. Let us understand this by an activity. You can see that the gas has been filled in a cylinder, and this is how the piston is mounted on it. Now what will happen if we increase the pressure on this piston? We have already learnt that the difference in various states of matter is due to the difference in the distance between the constituent particles. Therefore, you will see that on increasing pressure and compression, the gas particles come closer. If we keep increasing the pressure, this gas will be converted into liquid. Have you heard of solid carbon dioxide? carbon dioxide, it is stored under high pressure. Solid carbon dioxide gets converted directly to gaseous state on decrease of pressure to 1 atmosphere without coming into liquid state. This is the reason that solid carbon dioxide is also known as dry ice. Thus, we can say that pressure and temperature determine the state of a substance, whether it will be solid, liquid, or gas. Thanks for watching.